Hey guys, so last night Chick-fil-A issued a statement that they wouldn't be giving any more donations to the anti-gay foundations that they had been giving before. And if you were paying attention in the summer, and if you don't live in a cave, you kind of know what's going on. And kind of just to give a summary of kind of one of the instances that happened, Joe Marino, a Chicago City Council member, had issued a statement saying that he wouldn't allow Chick-fil-A to build a location in the first ward, in the part of the city there because of their stance on gay marriage and and they didn't believe that was, he couldn't go along with that. And the mayor, Rahm Emanuel, also backed him up in that. And so was probably back in July. And so apparently there was since it says the article that came out last night about taking back that statement, said that they've been in negotiations for about a year, which would include Joe Marino and I guess executives at Chick-fil-A. I guess trying to come to some type of understanding so it would make it possible for them to be there. But so the statement that they issued, or that Joe Moreno read out loud, which was partly quoted, they would adopt new policies calling for equal treatment of all customers and employees. So that's what was said, and that was what Joe Moreno said to get across there. Chick-fil-A has no comment actually on what they've said at this point. It's just kind of, that's just what's put out there at the moment. They also said that Chick-fil-A also said that their company, they're part of the foundation WinShape, which was a nonprofit organization that gave so much money to those anti-gay organizations, would take a closer look at what they were donating to. So this is what was all said. Anthony Martinez, who was an executive director of the Civil Rights agenda in Chicago, also worked with Joe Marino and the Chick-fil-A executives on part of it. He says, one of his quotes was that he said it's a step forward, but it's only a step. Stating again that what was only made sense that they've said it, but it's one other thing to put it into effect. And he wouldn't be eating there until there was a policy of anti-discrimination for its employees and patrons. So, which I think is only fair, because it truly is only a step. They said something once. It doesn't change what they have done in the past and what the views were that Dan and Kathy expressed. He's guilty as charged when it came to if he supports the standard view of marriage. So keep in mind, Chick-fil-A before has donated over $2 million to anti-gay organizations, which included the Family Research Council, which is classified by the Southern Poverty Law Center as a hate group, since the Family Research Center has has compared homosexuality to pedophilia multiple times. Chick-fil-A also gave donations to Exodus International, which is an ex-gay therapy, basically, type of treatment. So you can't say that Chick-fil-A didn't know what these things were, that they were just completely unaware, and now they're going to take a closer look at it. I'm not saying that people can't change, but you do have to pay attention to what their actions have been, and it is surely just a step, like Anthony Martinez stated. It's just a step, and hopefully in the right direction. I remember even Target came under scrutiny last year because their CEO, Greg Steinapfel, I think is his last name. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but he donated large funds to anti-gay politicians. Even when Lady Gaga was making trying to make a Born This Way album deal solely for Target, she pulled out of that deal because of those donations. And since then, Target has been a supporter of Pride in Minneapolis, where it's based. They sold Pride shirts this past summer, and even the Human Rights Campaign brings them high for support on LGBT employees there. So, I mean, Target, they made a change, and they tried to. I mean, they did wrong, definitely, but they've tried to make a change in what they've been doing. So And I think it's only fair to give someone a chance if they're actually doing something for that. But for Chick-fil-A, just to say that, I think there has to be more actions and not just words. And I don't want to give it like a think people think that I'm just thinking on a negative part of it, that everyone's just against and not but against us and no one's going to change their views, but they can. But this really is a the CEOs, when they're thinking like that for businesses like or corporations like Target or Chick-fil-A, anything that's huge and national, sometimes they think more with their wallets than they're thinking with their heart. And really, this is just an easier, if they come to that agreement, they can try, and it lets them expand and get more money. And the funny thing is, the location they want to build it in Chicago is about like 3 miles from Boys Town when I looked it up, which, if you can't tell by the name, that's the predominantly gay area of Chicago. So that's kind of funny in itself. But you can't say that because they said this, that everything is okay and you're gonna go grab your waffle fries and chicken sandwiches. Like, I mean, it's everyone's decision, but I feel like you should definitely analyze what has gone on and read the facts and go from there. And I'm not saying everyone, like I said, I didn't say everyone's against us. We totally have positive companies and people that have been their supporters, like Amazon's CEO and founder, Jeff Bezos, I think is his name. He donated $2.5 million to support same-sex marriage in Washington. JCPenney made in the summer made Ellen DeGeneres the spokesperson for a company and kept her as it, even though that 1 Million Moms group wanted her brought down because she's a lesbian. JCPenney also included a lesbian couple inside their, I think it was one of their ads inside their catalogs. So, I mean, those are huge things. Gap had a gay couple billboard that was here in Los Angeles. Oreo did a pride cookie. That was one of their little campaigns. They had a cookie for Pride in the summer too. So these are all huge things and people that have stood in our favor. So we're gonna get some good and we're gonna get some bad, obviously. But I think the most thing is to pay attention and to just know what's going on, because information and knowing is really powerful. And I think that sometimes we take that for granted. So let me know what you think. If Chick-fil-A, if you're ready to go back to Chick-fil-A and just go get your waffle fries, or if you think that there needs to be action done and not just words, because words only do so much. So, alright guys, I will I will talk to you soon. Alright, bye.